ball split. Xavier, Vietnam. To it. This is day one of the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Championship. The gauntlet starts now.
Well, there they are. We see them ready to... Well, there they are. We see them ready to go, man, live in Bangkok, Thailand, man. This is so great. We talked a little bit about some of the squads that we got looking at right here, right? One thing in particular that I think that is so awesome here about PMGC 2025 is there is a particular region that we haven't seen in such a long time, right? And that is India, baby. They are back, right? We got Orangutan joining the field. Neptura, I know this is a team you really got your eyes on.
I do. I love the way this team plays, and I think out of any of the teams to come out of India, this team has the most chance to actually do something and actually compete against these teams really, really well. Yes, they don't really have the experience that we've seen from other global teams right at the global stage. That is fair. But the way they play, they're mobile, they're opportunistic, they split, they use their vehicles to get any information, they third party as much as possible, they regroup really quickly. Like, this is a team that is very smart, and I think when you have that kind of skill level to pair with that, this is exactly what you need. This is all the elements of what you need in a team that will compete against global teams effectively.
But sorry, I gotta interrupt and also correct you guys. It's not Orangutan. That's not the team name. It's Team India, baby. Okay, that's
right.
what they
Yes.
go by here in PMGC.
All right.
And actually, we had a little graphic talking about Rondo. As we go into Rondo, Mian7 had a video a few days ago talking about what they could really do. I would actually really like to see a hot drop coming out from Orangutan on APG, doing the typical 3-1 splits on Rondo. That would be such a good strat and a good way for them to kick off PMGC possibly.
Yes, indeed. Oh, man, we get a hot drop right off the rip here in Rondo. That's going to be just absolutely crazy. But you know what? Let's get this started. Let's go ahead and head on over to Blank and John Allen to get this started.
We're ready to go. That's right. You know, I'll get that. I'll get that sorted for him. So he is right retrospectively. But we are thrilled as ever to be back here at the PMGC, ready to ramp up towards the finals later on over in December. It is all to play for, and the gauntlet blank is the place.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very, very good opportunity to get whatever you want going into the finals, right? You get a lot of points here in terms of, well, not points, but if you get a lot of points here, you have a fantastic chance to get in. And even if you don't make it through Gauntlet, you get even more chances in the future to get towards those finals. So it is a perfect opportunity. We're starting things off here over on Rondo. I'm sure some of you may have seen this map previously over on some of our other PMSLs. But if this is first time tuning in, we do have a new map in. It is this one. It has the recall system that the guys on the desk were talking about, and the one gal, of course, which allows teams to get back into the match should they get knocked and flushed. It's an interesting mechanic. It does make it quite chaotic at times.
Absolutely. If you're wondering, where can I find these recall beacons? Well, it's the handy green hearts all over the map. They'll be visible on the mini-map as well, but it looks like we're already in for a fast start here. R8 dropping down with Alpha 7 over on the northwest side. Blank, it looks like Alpha 7, though. They've already taken the knock and the flush, but remember, the recall beacons exist, so it's not all done and dusted for the player from Alpha 7. There's a second falls as well. I think it's time to turn tail and get on out of there.
I think they actually do already have an outpost ready to res if needs be. From the guys on Alpha 7, so that's fine, should be okay. I think that when you look at this over on Rondo as well, what you typically see, decent nade to start off with too, and ID7 looks to move up. Ida, sorry.
Amori. Dangerous though. Yes, shotgun. Oh, he's only got 2 more rounds though. One, no, we can't find it. The AKM in the back pocket though, and the swap out is good for the turn of the spray, but the vents don't keep him safe. A couple more breathing holes than he would like there, and get slashed to bits in the end. RA able to get a lot of points in the meantime, Blank. We've got another hot drop going on between Virtus Pro and Ulf. Is that a full squad wipe, or is that just the flushes coming through? I think it was just the flushes.
It's scrappy. It always is really scrappy at the start here as well. Marfanning Revo, Alpha 7 looked to get back into the mix here, in fact, after that double knock occurred upstairs. Squeeze out underneath. GS9. Pretty decent submachine gun exclusive to Rondo. Murray's looking for the parachutes. Not seeing any just yet. Alpha 7 back up to 3 now. Again, as I was saying before, the typical strategy is to send 3 in towards a location you want to control. You have 1 outpost sent over towards the recall beacon.
Oh, it's the battle of the M249s. Plenty of lead being thrown either way. Not too much connecting though, but in the end it was Marso to win that little duel there. You can see we've already got a lot of elims on the cards, Blank, but only 2 people are currently flushed. Make that 3 now. But look at the number of elims. Already up to 11 elims found. And only 1 player has gone down. Orangutan have lost 1. And it looks like R8 and Alpha 7 aren't done just yet either.
R8's actually profiting quite a lot after this, actually. 5 points already on the game. It's very fantastic. Rio off in the distance, Obscures having to send away now. And R8 may just get 6 points from Alpha 7 total, which is a little bit weird considering they're a 4-man squad. But for R8, fantastic stuff.
I think this is the first time I've seen a team get more than 4 points on a hot drop.
Yeah,
Certainly in Rondo. I'm talking about the Rondo recall system, but because we've hypothesized, you know, what's the maximum number of points you can get from one team. It looks like R8 is trying to set that record right now. Goodness me. Okay, if you get 6 or 7 points from a single team, I mean they're called Alpha 7, right? Maybe that's because they're worth 7 points.
Yeah, we'll take 7 off them. That's 6 elims total. But also that indicates that Alpha 7 has lost the fight twice, which is not great for the prospects of Alpha 7 going forward. I mean, losing to R8 as well, in the past, that might have seemed as a big upset, but I think R8's actually improved a lot over the years. Most of those players are veterans now of the game. They've been playing a very, very long time. I think they're all very good. There's some small changes here and there. Yeah, I think Marth's always been a bit of an underestimated player, and he's consistently been getting better. Ida also has just always been a strong suitor on that team. So I think for R8, you know, that is a fantastic start for them, but also not too surprising considering their uptick in their trend.
So, I mean, it's a great start, right? If you want to have a big game, crack on with Rondo. Get towards the top of the gauntlet. Alpha Gaming starting to make their move from Yulin down towards that southeast side. Crashing into the rocks there. Joel, not going to go any further. Maybe spotted a couple of mad balls ahead of him. And decided, you know what, I'm going to wait for the rest of my team to handle this one.
APG's got brightness on maximum there. Like he was gazing into the sun. The screen was illuminating half the stage. Switch the phone up to 120% on the brightness.
Hey, you know, they can handle it, those phones. They got all the bells and whistles. Thunder Talk,
bring
sunglasses get a point off the wall. Yeah, I don't think they put sunglasses on your face. I think they're just short of that feature. But everything else, they pretty much got it unlocked. Mad Balls crashing in, and Kara, Tulika spots one of them. Also has to crawl back upstairs. Remember, the recall beacon's still active, still accessible potentially, although it's going to get harder in the middle of the circle, which is where we find ourselves right now, Blank. It is going to be a little bit more difficult to find those recall beacons. So losing a player here is a little bit more terminal than perhaps losing a player further towards the outside.
It does get a little bit tougher. That's the sacrifice you have to make, right? If you want center, likely you're not getting a second chance here. Certainly possible to make happen, but
by the time you start heading center, a lot of teams start to gatekeep on these recall beacons, which is something that's happening a lot more frequently. And I do think that this initial stint of eliminations, of aggression, does start to die down a little bit as teams head on over towards that early game, that mid game. I'd say that probably kicks in around about 12-13 minutes here on Rondo, but it can kick in a lot later, as we've seen in previous PMSLs where things get really dicey the entire time. The question is whether it's really worth it or not, and I think teams haven't quite figured that part out yet. I think there's still decisions to be made whether to send 3 in, get some points here and there, and just send 1 out towards the center of the circle. There's decisions from certain teams. I mean, Papua Supermassive did this where they actually profited quite a lot off of Rondo individually by playing a 4-man all the way through to the end game. They never really participated in those early fights, but they were still getting a lot of big points, because by the time they got towards 18 minutes where they were stacked, they were looted, they were ready to roam around as 4, there was still around 50 players in the lobby. So you still have a lot of time to pick up those points. Absolutely. Right now.